Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind blow through my hair. Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. In times that are changing and when hope is fading, I know I can turn to your embrace. 'Cause there's so much beauty under your heaven, and I'm grateful every day. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I lean on you and I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer.
Hello, my friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope today's chat will enlighten and inspire and encourage you to return to those goals that you set back in January. I don't know about you, but I honestly forgot the goals that I set in January. I should go back and rewatch that video. Every year I do a video sharing my goals for the year, and I want to see how far I've come. But I wanted to first kind of inspire you with this one quote. And it's something I shared on my Facebook, but it's a little saying. It says, "Girl, get up. Start over, start late, start again, start back, just start. Delayed does not mean denied. Let's go get it, ladies." On that, I wrote, "Get up. I don't care what knocked you down. You're stronger than that. I don't care who broke your heart. You're more resilient than you realize. I don't care how many times you were denied. Let that give you the courage to push harder. I don't care who rejected you. Let that give you the boldness to embrace your authentic self. Don't get me wrong. I do care about you, but I believe in you. I know that you have what it takes to become the person that God created you to be. You have the strength, the resilience to push through, the boldness to be authentically and uniquely you, the courage to boldly walk in new situations. I believe in you. I just don't care for the excuses you hide behind. So get up, fix your crown, wipe your tears, whether they be from frustration or rejection. Put on your lip gloss and let's do this thing called life." Thank you for attending my TEDx talk. That encouraged me this morning, and you guys voted and wanted to be encouraged and inspired on tackling those goals that you set way back in January. We're coming up on the end of July. And we're facing. Sorry, I had to change that. It was getting on my nerves there a little bit. We're facing the fall autumn seasons coming up. I'm so excited. There's so many exciting things happening in my life in the fall. Many things. I don't think I'm ready to share them yet, but just know that my life is changing drastically day by day. And that excites me and encourages me to keep going and to push forward and to be the person that God called me to be and to share the things that He puts on my heart to share. Because I have found if I share something, there's always at least one person who comes up behind me and thanks me for sharing what I shared. Even when I had doubts and questioned myself as to why I'm even sharing that. Because I thought it was just personal. But it's not personal. It was interpersonal. It was interconnected with someone else. None of us go through anything in this life alone. No matter how hard it feels, no matter how alone you might feel, you are not alone at all by any means. And I hope you understand that. I hope you know that you are uniquely you, but there is someone else going through the same situation that you're facing. Someone else is grieving the loss of a spouse or a child or a parent or a sister or a brother or a cousin or an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or friend. There is someone today who will face that loss, who don't even have a clue that that loss is coming. But loss is part of life, just like gain is a part of life. We gain new family members when our children get married and they have children of their own. We gain new friends every single day if we're open to friendship. I think it was yesterday I shared on, was it yesterday I was sharing on being a good friend? Or was that today's? I'm so lost. I'm going to take a peek and see. It was yesterday. Yesterday we talked the essence of a true friendship. If you have not seen that video, I highly encourage you to go back into the archives and watch it. Today's was rewiring your brain from negative thinking to positive thinking. That is something that I think every single person needs to learn how to conquer on their own if they have not done it yet, because it is crucial in this lifetime, in this life that we live today, to be able to flip that switch from a negative thinking to positive thinking. And that's what we're going to do today with goals. I don't know about you, but I am a huge goal setter. In fact, I'm going to go on and see. Let me see this playlist. I shared a video on a Sweet Word Sunday 6 months ago on creating a vision worth looking at and how to create the ultimate 2024 vision board. Here we go. My 2024 New Year's intentions to embrace wonder into my life. I did not list them out. Let me see if I can share this with you. No. Nope, not without downloading and uploading it. I will put the link in the comments after today's video goes live. You'll see it. But I really want to go back and listen. I'm quickly going through here to see if I did list them. Good. I had 3 separate sections for my goals. It was spiritually, emotionally, and physically. I'm not going to listen to this whole video while you guys are hanging on, but I'm going to link that video down in the description box below. And I'm going to go back and rewatch it myself because I need to see how far I am from the goals that I set. Honestly, I can look on my phone. I should have had all this ready, but I did not. Let's see. Yes, I do. They're right here. I have not completed some of these, and I know that I need to embrace them again. I should revisit these every month, and I have not. I was wanting to participate in a Bible study every week of the year. As you know, we started one with Strength in the Struggle in January into February. I have not done another one with you guys. Of course, I read in my scripture every day, and I write devotionals for you guys daily, but that's not like a designated Bible study. I wanted to be fully physically rehabilitated. For me, that means not relying on my walker and becoming more steady on my feet. I'm working towards that, honestly, hard. My new goal is to hit that by my birthday, which is September 1st. I was going to open an online boutique, which I did not. I started one, but I never opened it, shared it officially, and then I closed it. Writing in 2023, I wrote and published 2 books, Breaking the Lucky Girl Code and Christmas Deleted. In 2024, I wanted to write and publish a minimum of 4 books. I have not published any, none this year, but I do have 2 in the works, so hopefully I'll at least get 2 out. Social media, I've lumped all these into one category. I want to be open with my faith, as it is a major part of my identity, which I did switch over all my content to faith-based content. Self-care, I wanted to get back into wearing makeup and fixing my hair on a regular basis. Working from home, I've gotten out of the habit I used to love. As I'm getting stronger, I want to do the things I enjoy, even if just for myself, which I have not. I brush my hair every day, obviously, brush my teeth. I do my skincare, but I have not worn makeup in a long time. I am still working on creating a monthly subscription service. And I wanted to spend more one-on-one time with my granddaughter, which I have been. I haven't baked with her yet. I'm hoping by Christmas I can do that. So I'm on track. But as you see, I forgot what my goals even were. And that is something I really wanted to talk about today, is knowing what your goals are and sticking to them. But you're not going to know what they are if you forget about them. It's easy to set new intentions at the beginning of the year because everyone else is doing it. but they're not doing it with you, and you're not having their inspiration behind you constantly in your face, reminding you of the goals that you set. And your goals usually are not in your face. I have my vision board. I look at it every single day because it's the wallpaper on my computer screen. But I see those things, but right now it's just pictures to me. They don't have as much meaning as I thought they would. Because sadly, on my vision board, it's a lot of material things. There are experiences as well, I guess you could say. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 experiences, or 5, 6 experiences, and 7 experiences, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6 materialistic things. So I guess it's quite balanced. Setting your goals, though, is huge, a major important part of anyone's life. Whether you want to be successful or not, is setting and achieving your goals. There are people who refuse to set goals because they just fly by the seat of their pants. That is not in my nature to do that. I've never been good at just going off on a whim of doing something crazy. When I did, it was very exciting. It just wasn't common. But I wanted to explore some scriptures about setting goals. In Proverbs 21:5, it says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." And of course, my favorite is Habakkuk 2:2-3. "And the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. For still as the vision awaits its appointed time, it hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay." That is the key scripture behind having a vision board. You write the vision, you make it plain on tablets. Of course, as we can make it plain on computers. We can have these elaborate images that they did not have back in the day. So that he may run who reads it. That means that you are making a vision so plain that anyone can come up behind you and see what your vision is and run after it themselves if they wanted to. Because you've made it so clear and so plain and so obvious. Philippians 3:13-14. "Brothers, I do not consider that I have made it my own, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead. I press on towards the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." That means stop looking back at what you have not done and tackle the things that are in front of you so that you can press forward towards your goal. So me dwelling on the things I have not done in the last 6-7 months is not doing me any good, and it's not doing you any good. But I can look forward to what is planned and move forward to what lies ahead. I may not get those 4 books written this year, but I can surely write 2. 2 Chronicles 15:7. "But you take courage. Do not let your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded." Do not let your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. I can tell you all about weakness. Weakness in my hands, in my legs, in my feet. It's not a weakness I like to talk about. I don't like to let people know that I need help. I don't like to let people know that I can't do certain things. I celebrated yesterday at my to-do list, which you guys know I usually call a to-do list. But I had only 4 things written. I got 3 of the 4 things accomplished, which was taking my sheets off my bed, washing them, and putting them back on. I was going to clean my bathroom. I did not do that. That is on today. I wanted to go live, which I did, and my 4 daily videos for today, which were done. Oh, and I was going to fill in 3 more applications. Even though I'm signing a contract today for the job that I accepted last week, I still want to put in applications for others. But today I wrote down on my to-do list to clean my bathroom, to do my live video, which is today, to do my 4 daily videos for tomorrow, to fill out 3 applications, and then to sign the contract that I need to sign. But to sit down and actually write down my daily goals is something I have not done in years, literally years. You know, it's almost been 3 years since I had gotten down with COVID. 3 years ago, my life was flipped upside down. Right now, this time last year, 3 years ago, we were just dealing with surviving every day and loving my husband every single moment of the day that I could because of his cancer diagnosis. I was back in the office working and coming home and spending time with him. It was a very stressful time, and I didn't realize how much I took on by not sharing everything we went through. But I did not share with you guys because it was private. I wanted to keep his dignity intact. I didn't want people to rip him apart, which I knew they would because at that time I had a lot of trolls who loved to rip me apart, and I could only imagine what they would do to him. So I kept that off of YouTube completely. I think I went live a few times and had a few chit chats, but I didn't show him or anything we were going through at that time. I never shared the doubts I had, the questions I had. And I really didn't share how sick I had gotten right before I went into the hospital. I was terribly sick, probably for a good 3-4 days before finally we called the ambulance because my O2 had dropped to 75%, which is dangerously low. It may have been 80, but I think it was closer to 75. And I just couldn't catch my breath. It was hard to breathe. Little did I know I would be intubated and in ICU within days. Part of me wishes I would not have called and would have toughed it out at home and gotten through it, but I don't know that that would have been the best idea. I don't know that that would have been the best answer. But I'm not good at sharing the negative side of things that happen in my life. One, I don't want to be accused of being an attention seeker because that's not what I ever intend to do. And 2, I think that there's so much negativity out in the world and on social media that I want to bring the positive side out. And I've learned to look for the good and the bad. So there's a lot that I did not get accomplished in the last 3 years that I'm tackling now. And it's taken me some time, but today was the second day in a row I made my own coffee. I know that seems nothing to you guys, but for me, it's a big feat. And I'm hoping by the end of next week to be cooking a meal. That is my goal. I want to cook supper for my family again. But as I was saying, I haven't wrote down goals for every day. I haven't wrote a to-do list in a long time because my handwriting was horrible. But I started this week writing down my to-do list so that I can check every single one of them off. And it's not much that's on there, but it's enough to get me going. It's enough to get me inspired and encouraged and motivated to do more, to do more, because every day that I live and every day I wake up and I'm breathing is a gift. And if I'm just laying around letting the day go by, I'm wasting it. I think that's why I've come back to YouTube so strongly and putting so much content out. It's because I feel encouraged and inspired to share God's grace with you, to share His wisdom, to share His love, to encourage and inspire you to dig in and develop that relationship with Him, because it is so crucial. There will be a time in your life where you are left with no one around you. You might have your kids and, your spouse maybe, but there's going to be a time where that won't even satisfy your need. And God is the one that can satisfy that need, that deep seeking desperation that's within you. The desperation for acceptance comes directly from Him. Hi, Shelby Grace. The desperation for attention. Every one of us want attention. We seek attention, especially if you're not getting it. And when someone comes around and gives it to you, it's very special. But God can give you that same attention just as easily as the next guy. So, my tip for you is to stop wishing that you would have started in January and start today. Today is July 23rd. You have 5 months and 8 days to tackle any goal that you set. But you can do a lot in 5 months. Do you know how much your life can change within a month's time? A month can be a lifetime to some. God said a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. Well, to some, a month or 5 months is a blip of time, but to others, it seems like eternity. Especially if you're not working towards something, and that is something that I want you guys to strive to do. Find something to work towards. Find something that on December 31st, you are celebrating that you reached that goal. Whether it be to lose 10 pounds in that time, or to maybe drop a habit that's been negatively affecting you, or maybe you want to write a book. You can write a book in a month's time if you really wanted to. Here I am lecturing you about writing a book, and I have 2 to write this year, at least. But I can if I just stop being distracted and stop letting other people be a focus for me. It doesn't matter what journey anyone else is on. My journey is a journey that I own ownership to. I don't own ownership to you or your journey in life. I don't own ownership to anything you're dealing with in your life. I own ownership to what my life and how I live it, and the experiences that I allow into my life. That is what I am responsible for. And at the end of the year, I'm going to look back and I'm going to look at all the things I personally experienced. Not you, not what you experienced. Maybe you're traveling every day of the week. Maybe you're going somewhere new and exotic once a month. Kudos to you. But at the end of this year, I want to be able to celebrate that I can walk around the block on my own. That's what I'm working towards, walking on my own without the walker. I'm working towards cooking for my family again. I am working towards writing and sharing my story and these stories that develop within me. And I am working towards creating this ministry of my channel into something that God can use to benefit and glorify Him and to greater the kingdom. Because if I don't fulfill those things, what have I done all year? What have I done? I have huge goals in mind. There's lots of big things that I want to accomplish, but those are the 4 major things that I want to tackle. It's growing my ministry and cooking for my family and writing books and sharing content with you guys that inspires and encourages you to create and develop that relationship with God. A relationship that will never be broken, that will never leave you empty, and that will satisfy every single need that you have. And if I can do those 4 things by the end of this year, I would call this year a huge win, because I've been surviving literally for almost 3 years. And I'm tired of living in survival mode. I'm tired of just barely making it. I'm tired of being tired of being tired of being tired. I'm just tired of living a mediocre life, and I refuse to do that one day longer. Today is that day that I make the changes I need to make. That I need to get back on track for my own goals. And if it means me making a list every day, then kudos to me, because I can now write and rewrite legibly. And that is a step that I have not been able to do. I honestly don't think I got the recovery that I needed leaving the hospital. I think had I gone to an assisted center that they wanted to originally send me to, I would be further along. But I wanted to go home to my husband because I knew he was dying. Was it the best option? I don't know. I was happy to see him and to kiss him and to talk to him. But I lost a lot of me along that way. I lost a lot of my independence. And if you know me personally, you know how independent and headstrong I am and determined that I am. That's what some people like about me. And I don't know why, because I'm pretty headstrong. But I am moving forward from this point forward to rebuild myself, rehabilitate myself, so that at the end of this year, I can stand and say, look at what I accomplished since July 23rd. Look at what I've done. Next year, I want to run in a marathon, believe it or not. Maybe even just a 10K or a 5K, but I want to run. And I have to be able to walk before I can run. And I'm going to. That is my commitment to myself and to you guys. If I can learn how to write again, I can learn how to walk and run again, right? And that I can walk. I'm talking without this walker to balance me. I've begun rehabilitating myself, and this week especially, really strongly, because I'm ready to live life again. Live life to the fullest. There's dreams I want to go chase, and I can't chase them with a walker. You can't go very far if you're shaky and wobbly, right? You have to build that strength so that you can walk firmly and proudly and be able to stand for long periods of time, because sometimes you're in a waiting line for whatever. I'm not very good at waiting for God. I'm not good at waiting for things at all, period. And I think God has me in this waiting season to push me to trust Him and to learn to wait with dignity and with grace. I was never very patient with processes. When we bought our house, it drove me bananas waiting to be approved, waiting for our loan to be approved and going through underwriting and all that mess, and then waiting for inspection and waiting for all the hassle to be over with before we got the keys in our hands. It was only 2 months' time, a little over 2 months. It was like probably 2.5 because we had Thanksgiving in there and Christmas and New Year's. So those holidays threw underwriting back a few days. But by the middle of January, we were in our home. In my castle, as I call it. So if you're fighting yourself because you have not achieved one goal you set this year, start fresh today. Start over today. I'm going to read that one more time to you. Get up. I don't care what knocked you down. You're stronger than that. I don't care who broke your heart. You're more resilient than you realize. I don't care how many times you were denied. Let that give you the courage to push harder. I don't care who you rejected. Who rejected you? Let that give you the boldness to embrace your authentic self. Don't get me wrong, I do care about you, but I believe in you. I know that you have what it takes to become that person that God created you to be. You have the strength, the resilience to push through, the boldness to be authentically and uniquely you, the courage to boldly walk into new situations. I believe in you. I just don't care for the excuses you hide behind. So get up, fix your crown, wipe your tears, whether they be from frustration or rejection. Put on your lip gloss and let's do this thing called life. Thank you for attending my TEDx talk. I will share that on my community tab tomorrow as a post. Just to remind you to get up, start over, start late, start again, start back, just start. Delayed does not mean denied. Let's go get it. Delayed does not mean denied. If you're delayed in reaching your goals, it doesn't mean you throw them away. You pick them back up again, you review them, and you tackle them bit by bit, piece by piece. Just like putting a puzzle together. You don't just throw the pieces on the table and the puzzle pops in all at one time. You have to literally look at each puzzle piece to put it in together at the right time, at the right spot, right? You can't just throw a corner piece in the center of the puzzle. It doesn't work that way. Every bit of your life is a puzzle piece, and it goes to complete your whole puzzle of your life. And every piece that you apply in that fits in the right spot just connects to something else that you've been through, that you went through. And it connects to something that you're going to go through and that you're going to get through and that you're going to pursue and achieve. It's just like your goals. That's a puzzle. Your goals are one big puzzle. And if you look at it like that, and you look at each goal as a big puzzle, you can see what pieces you already have to that puzzle and put them down in the right spot and see where your gaps are and look for those pieces to fit in there. Look for what you can do to achieve that piece, to add to that puzzle, to complete it. I don't like puzzles personally. I know many people like to sit and do puzzles, but I find them very frustrating. I don't know why. I guess because I did so many of them in pre-K and preschool with the kids that I would have to end up finishing them because some of them couldn't get them. But no one's going to come behind you to finish your puzzle in life. That puzzle's yours. And only you are responsible for that puzzle. You are responsible for those puzzle pieces. Don't lose them. Don't let them go. Put them where they need to be. It may take time. It may take you shuffling things around. But eventually, if you don't give up, you'll get it. Just like if you don't give up, you'll hit that goal and achieve that goal that you wanted to achieve. I guarantee it. I did not know that I could write so cleanly and so nicely again. And to be able to do that, I know that now I can use my planners. I've been waiting until my writing was legible to actually use my planner because I couldn't even read my chicken scratch a week after I wrote it. But now that my handwriting has come back, I know that that part of my brain has healed. So the other parts that I need to heal for me to walk without this walker are in the process of healing, and the puzzle's going to come together eventually. Eventually, my puzzle will be complete. And I think that's all I actually have for you guys today. Let me go. I might read a couple more scriptures. Psalm 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Philippians 3:14. I press on towards the goal of the prize and upward call of God in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. Proverbs 24:27. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Here's a perfect reason to set goals. Luke 14:28. For which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? That simply means, are you looking at your goals from a perspective of, do you have everything you need to achieve that goal? Or is there something you have to collect first? Maybe you want to write a book and you're not sure how to outline a book. Do you have the knowledge on how to do that? If not, that's your first stepping stone. Maybe you know that. And so you go and you outline and you create your characters, and your storyline has holes in it. Well, that's your foundation, is your storyline. So you go and correct that, right? You get that done. Then you have your stepping stones, your foundation, and you build on top of that foundation, which becomes the chapters as they unfold in your mind and imagination and on paper, and that becomes your walls. Then you go in and edit and create these magical scenes in the story. That becomes your paint and your windows and your decorations. And eventually you're going to have a whole house or a book in this instance. So everything builds on something. I love that scripture. For which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Set those goals. Your goal is to build a tower. So whatever your goal is, whether it's baking a loaf of bread a week, whatever that goal might be, you've got to sit down and count the cost. How much time is it going to take? Do you have the ingredients on hand? Do you have the knowledge, a recipe, a bread pan? Do you have the things you need? If not, then that's your next step. And then once you have everything you need, you take the time and you create this loaf of bread and you bake it. And then you've got your tower that's built. I'm going to leave you with that thought, because to me that is something I want to build on for another video. So I am going to bid you guys a fond farewell. Thank you for joining me this 43 minutes into today's shindig, and I appreciate you for stopping in. If you're just coming in, make sure you catch the replay.
Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind go through my hair. Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my